Welcome back to another Google Classroom Quick Start video. Today we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can use Google Classroom in your everyday class. Alright, let's get started. Number 1, add an announcement. Okay, so you've created your Google Classroom, you're ready to share some information with your class. So from your main page, we're going to go ahead and look for this little icon that says share something with your class. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And it's showing me that I'm posting for this class, but you can also add this post to additional classes that you own. And I'm making sure that this is going out to all students. And I want to say, hi class, hope you are having a great day. Now, if I want it, I could add a document from my Google Drive. So let's say I have a flyer or an informational page, then I can share that with them, or a picture, maybe to brighten their day. I can share a link to a website with them. I can upload a file from my desktop, PDF, or again, an image or a video. Or I can direct them to a YouTube video, again, to maybe brighten their day. Very easily through that. I want to show you one other function. You can post immediately by clicking on the post button, but we also have the option of going to this little triangle on the right hand side, and we can schedule this post to go live at another time. So let's say I want this to go live 2 days from now, 5 p.m. I just go ahead and put the date and the time, and the post will be saved and it'll be posted on the date that I set. All right, so announcements, that's the first little tip. The second one that I'm going to talk about is creating an assignment, a quiz, question, attachment material, or reuse an old post. To do that, we're going to go up here to our classwork section. And in our classroom section, you'll notice a couple of things. The meet option, we can create a classroom meet where we can set a date and time for us to remotely meet by video with our class. We can look at the classroom calendar to look at upcoming dates for assignments, quizzes, tests, assignments, and our class drive folder. When you create a Google Classroom, Google automatically creates a folder in your Google Drive, and it saves all the assignments that you create and that you share with your students. Now, all we have to do to assign an assignment is go to this create button, click on it, and then Google asks us, do we want to create an assignment? Do we want to create a quiz? A general question for our class? Do we want to just share some material with students? Or do we want to reuse a previous post, maybe from an archive class that we've had previous semester? For this example, we're going to go ahead and click on assignment, and we're going to call this nonfiction, how climate change is affecting. Okay. If I have additional instructions for students, I would type them in here. On the right hand side, you see some of the basic options. This assignment is for this current class, but if I wanted to assign this to multiple classes at once, I just have to check them off. I can assign this to all students in the class, or if I have a group of students that maybe need additional support, I would check this off and select that group of students that need additional support, and I would give them a revised version of the assignment with additional supports to help them with what their particular hurdle or block might be. I can set my point value here, or set this as ungraded. I can set a due date. And the thing about setting a due date is that once the assignment has been created and you have a due date, that due date is added to the class calendar. And so students actually get reminders about upcoming assignments and upcoming due dates from Google Calendar. To keep things organized, and this kind of steps into the third tip that I have for you, or the third way that you can use Google Classroom in a day-to-day way. Creating a topic helps you keep an organized way, or an organization, to build an organization to how you have your assignment set. So like I said, this is a nonfiction assignment. So maybe this is part of my nonfiction literacy. I can go ahead and add a rubric and create my criterion, add a little description, and add a point value. So that when I am grading this assignment, all I have to do is click through my rubric to provide a score for the student assignment, and then easily add comments, which Google Classroom will also let you save. You can save your comments to reuse or reassign to future assignments and future student work. The other thing I want to kind of point out is the add feature. Again, we can add files directly from Google Drive. If you have a file, a presentation, a video that you want to share with students for this particular assignment, you click on Google Drive, select the assignment, and then just go ahead and click add, and it will add a copy to the class. Now, the other thing to note is when you add a file from Google, you have a few different options. You can set it where students can view the file but can't interact with it if you want to share some instructions with them but don't want them to mess with the instructions. Or you can have it so they can edit a file, and that's where this all students comes into play. So let's say that you want to assign a research project or presentation to multiple students for a particular group. Then you select the students in that group and then assign it so students can edit that one file. So you've just created one file and assigned it to, let's say, 3 students, and now those 3 students are working with that one file to work together to create their presentation. Or the final option is to make a copy for each student. You'll use that option when you have a Google Doc that you want students to interact with each on their own. When you've selected the materials that you want to add to this assignment, you've set the points, you have your rubric, you've set your topic, then all you have to do is then assign. Now, when you click assign, it'll push the assignment live to students at that moment. But notice that on the right hand side we have that little triangle again. That allows us to schedule the assignment to go live at a later time and date. So if you want to get ahead of scheduling your assignments in the future, you can start scheduling those ahead of time so they go live for your students when you want them to. We're going to go ahead and close this off. And actually I'm going to go back and assign this and create the topic and assign. Okay. And now this brings me to the third way that you can use Google Classroom in your everyday class. Now I have my topic up here, and any other assignments that I set under the nonfiction tag will fall underneath that. If I add an additional topic, then that additional topic will show up below, and any assignments that I set to that topic will fall underneath it. And that's a very easy way to keep track of your units or sets of assignments. And then it's easier for you to kind of curate through all those. And in the future, if you ever needed a particular assignment to reuse and reassign, then that also makes it an easier method for you to kind of go out, find what you need, and reuse it. Well, I hope this video was useful for you. And again, thank you for following along. Have a great day.